Solve the following pair of simultaneous equations. Notice that we have a 4x minus 3y is equal to 8. And we have y plus 2x is equal to 14. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to call this one equation 1, and we're going to call this one equation 2. Next, what we have here, we're going to make y the subject of equation 2. And so notice that this is equation 2, and we're going to make y the subject of equation 2. And so what does that mean? Well, that means that y is going to be on one side of the equation and everything else is going to be on the other side. And so that means that we have to take 2x and send it over the equal sign. And so we have that y is equal to 14 minus 2x. That's what y is. Y is equal to 14 minus 2x. And so we're going to call that equation 3. And so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take equation 3, all right, which is what we just found, or which we just determined. And we're going to take equation 3 and we're going to substitute it into equation 1 and then solve for x. And so what is equation 1? Well, equation 1 is 4x minus 3y is equal to 8. But remember, we already know what y is. Y is 14 minus 2x. And so we're going to take y, we're going to substitute that into equation 1. And so we have that 4x minus 3, open bracket, 14 minus 2x is equal to 8. Now, what we have to do here is we have to take negative 3 and multiply it by 14. And we're going to take negative 3 multiplied by positive 2x. I'm sorry, we're going to take negative 3 and multiply it by negative 2x. And so what does that give us? Well, negative 3 times positive 14 is negative 42. And negative 3 times negative 2x is going to be positive 6x. And so we have 4x minus 42 plus 6x is going to be equal to 8. Next, we're going to take this 42, this negative 42, and we send it over the equal sign. Now, when we send it over the equal sign, it was a negative 42. But when we send it over the equal sign, it becomes a positive 42. And so what we actually have is 4x, right? 4x and 6x, right? We keep the like terms on the left-hand side. And then we have 8 plus 42, and 8 plus 42 is definitely 50. And so 8 plus 42 is 50, and 4x plus 6x is going to be equal to 10x. And so we have 4x plus 6x is 10x. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to divide both sides by 10, and because 10 is the coefficient of x. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to cancel this 10 with that 10. And so we get that x is equal to 50 divided by 10. And so that means that x is equal to 5. Now that we know what is x, now we have to use our value for x and use it to solve for y. So we have here that we're going to substitute x is equal to 5 into equation 3. Remember, this is equation 3, and solve for y. Now, equation 3 states that y is equal to 14 minus 2x. Remember, we know what x is. X is 5, and so let's substitute that into this equation. So we have y is equal to 14 minus 2 times 5. What is 2 times 5? 2 times 5 is 10. And so we have that y is equal to 14 minus 10. And 14 minus 10 is definitely 4. So y is equal to 4. And so that means that the answer to this question is that x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 4. And that's the answer to this question.